And welcome to In-Game Chat for Saturday, December the 1st? Yeah, got that right. 2018. It's Season 12, Episode 43. I'm Scott.
I'm RJ.
And I'm Matt.
And welcome to the show, everybody. If you'd like to get in touch with us, our phone number is 334-272-9228. You can check out ingamechat.net for all the links to get in touch with us. You can find us on Twitter at In-Game Chat. You can also find us on Facebook at In-Game Chat there as well. Email us, everyone at ingamechat.net. We're streaming on Twitch. You can go there, twitch.tv, type in In-Game Chat, you'll find us. Go to our website. There's links all over the place for you to watch us live while we broadcast. You can join us in the chat room while we broadcast as well if you're watching us on Twitch. You don't even have to watch us on Twitch. You can just pop open the chat room and hang out and listen if you'd like to do that as well. Whatever you want is fine by us. Don't forget our show is brought to you by Quality Comics. They're located at 500 Eastern Boulevard right here in Montgomery. I believe they're open today until 7, I believe, on Saturdays. 272-1787 is their number. You can call them if you're out of town, 800-548-3314. They've got a store on eBay, and they are the South's largest vintage comic dealer. Check them out at qualitycomics.com. That's comics with an X. Or visit them on Facebook at Montgomery Quality Comics. All right. We do have a theme in our music today. So everything that we, giving away another $10 gift certificate to Quality Comics. If you think you know what the theme is, you need to call us.
Is it games I haven't played yet?
And tell... Maybe. No. Never mind. There's one that you had to have played. If you haven't, I'd be surprised.
Okay.
But you're bound to have played some of these. But, so... if you think you know what the theme is, then just be the first person to call us at 272-9228 and tell us what you think it is. If you're right, you'll get a $10 gift certificate to Quality Comics. All right, let's get on with stuff. I don't necessarily want to go over what we played. I do want to get to that, and if we do at the end of the show, we'll have time. It's just that we've been away for 2 weeks. I say 2 weeks. It's just really a week.
Mm-hmm. Just so we missed the show.
Yeah, we haven't done a show in a while. And there's plenty to talk about as far as news stuff is concerned.
I want to say that I hear that Colony of Gamers is calling.
Huh?
Colony of Gamers?
Oh, it's been calling, yeah. Yeah, it's already... Or unless it hasn't... I don't know if it's been taken off the thing yet or not.
I think it's
I think
Brock
it's supposed to be gone.
was
there it is.
tweeted that it was...
There it is. It's gone. Yeah. We've got a subreddit now. There's a subreddit on COG and there's a Discord server.
But, that was a good home for us for a good while.
It was, and, just...
That's where we met a lot of our listeners.
Life took over. Well, they all followed us over from the EVAV days, yeah. I didn't know that they'd actually gone ahead with it. I knew everything else was in place, the subreddit and the Discord server as well. I've been using the Discord server for a while now, so... Which you can find us there. But if you go to colonyofgamers.com, it's got links to all of those places that you can go. I stopped putting up the show over there after a while. When I knew it was all going to be coming down, I stopped putting it up over there. So let's see. Diving right into new stuff. And again, we'll hit up what we've been playing because I know Matt has been playing Hitman and Red Dead. And
mostly Hitman.
Yeah, and RJ's probably been playing stuff. And I've been doing the Destiny thing and the Spider-Man thing and a bunch of different stuff. So we're going to get to all of that. But I wanted to hit up some of the news. We've got the Game Awards coming up this week, so I've got the list of nominees for that. And since we're into that, let's just go ahead and bring that up and start talking about that.
Was Game of the Year what nominated was Fortnite?
Well, we're going to go with the nominations.
Okay,
we don't know the winners yet. The nominations.
No, we don't. Yeah, they haven't.
Yeah,
happened
the
yet.
Game Awards take place it's a Thursday, I believe, December the 6th. Is that a Thursday or is that a... Bring out the calendar.
Yeah, it is.
Well, let's be good.
Yeah, the 6th is a Thursday. So it is Thursday nights. It'll be on Twitch and YouTube and Facebook and Mixer and a bunch of different things. But it'll only be streamed, so that's the only way you can watch it. It's not going to be on TV or anything like that. So let me see if I can start at the bottom and work my way to the top, rather than start right off with the Game of the Year. Oops, I dipped into the comments. That was a bad place to go as I was scrolling through these. Content Creator of the Year, I don't care. Best Esports, don't care. Esports Host, no. Esports Event, no. Esports Coach, Esports Team, Esports Player, Esports Game.
Coach.
Oof. Yeah. Best Esports Coach, there's nominees for that.
Okay.
Which I don't want to take away anybody who's doing the esports thing.
No, I'm just figuring out why is that a category?
I don't know.
It's like trying to give out.
I don't know much about esports, to be honest.
Trying to give out
with
as
you.
much as they can, really. Okay.
I mean, I have an idea, obviously, and I don't know.
Maybe they're just trying to promote esports more.
They really are. I mean, that's how many? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 categories devoted to esports. Evo apparently is considered an esport.
Okay.
We think
It's a fighting game tournament.
it is.
I've always called it a fighting game tournament. I
Yeah.
guess if it falls under the umbrella, who wants to put it there? I've always called it a fighting game tournament. It
Yeah,
has been
esports
from
to
existence.
me. Esports to me gives me this. Puts this idea in my head of like a league of players. You know, on
Like
a
Rocket League.
Well, Rocket League is one, but that's like 2 on a team, you know? But I'm more thinking of like League of Legends and Smite and things like that, where it's a big group of players.
I always see the team-based things like the Smite, World of
StarCraft.
Warcraft, League of Legends,
Yeah.
things like that.
Those things, that's when esports come to my head, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
But the Sonic Fox side switch from the Evo tournament, that's nominated for the best esports moment.
Seriously.
I would list the others, but I don't recognize them whatsoever.
Not a victory or a comeback or an epic match. Just the decision to switch seats.
Yeah.
Is okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Evo is nominated for the best esports event as well, along with Overwatch League Grand Finals, the International 2018, League of Legends World Champ, E-League Major Boston 2018. Oh no. Just gonna move on from the esports. Sonic Fox is nominated for best esports player.
Is that one of the Sonic incarnations I didn't play, like Where Sonic and?
No, that's just his name.
No.
Yeah.
Best esports game is Counter-Strike, Dota 2, Fortnite, League of Legends, and Overwatch.
All right.
Best debut indie game. Donut County, which I played a little bit of, I think, at a PAX, which I don't know if I don't want to say it was fun, but it was very interesting. It's where you're basically a hole in the ground, and the more you slide around and swallow and pick up off the ground, the bigger the hole gets.
So it's like Katamari Damacy?
Very much like
Yeah.
that. Whereas, the more you get, the
more stuff
bigger,
you get, the bigger
yeah,
the bigger
exactly.
the die is. Yeah.
And this thing is like, you start off with a small, so you're picking up little things of grass and whatever. But the more that falls into the hole, the bigger the hole gets, and then you start swallowing up trees and houses.
Very much like Katamari Damacy.
Yes.
Very
Yeah,
much
yeah.
like it. Yeah.
What else is nominated? Best debut indie game, Florence. I don't know what that one is. I probably do, and I'm just not recognizing it in the name. Moss, The Messenger, and Yoku's Island Express. So there's your best debut indie games. Your best student game, I don't know of any of these. which does not mean that anybody else doesn't. Combat 2018, Dash Quasar, Jera, Jera, Liff, Liff, and Recharge. So there you go. Best multiplayer game. We've got Call of Duty Black Ops 4, Destiny 2, Forsaken. I don't know that I would call that multiplayer, but okay. Fortnite, Monster Hunter World. Also, I don't know that I would classify that as a multiplayer game.
What?
But Monster Hunter World. Feels co-op-y.
Yeah, co-op, I mean, teaming up, but...
Yeah, it doesn't feel multiplayer, does it?
No multiplayer would be like, what, one team versus team, something like that?
I don't know. I mean,
Really?
they've got Fortnite in there. They've got Call of Duty Black Ops 4. They've got Sea of Thieves. Sure.
Really?
Maybe. Sea of Thieves is like the one that can slide in. But Monster Hunter World, I'm not exactly sure. I would put Destiny in there before I would put Monster Hunter World.
I don't think there's any PvP type things in Monster Hunter World.
I don't think there is either.
No, I think everybody. I think the goal is like teaming up to take out a monster, but nothing like a race.
Multiplayers, though.
Multiple players, yeah. But when I think of multiplayer, I think of a competitive team versus team, players
But it
against
doesn't always
players
have
type
to
of
be.
thing. I know, but that's what I think about. Co-op, I think of working together to working together for a certain goal. But multiplayer, I think of like two teams beating the brakes off each other.
Two teams going against each other, or single player, elimination type stuff. What was it called? Why am I drawing a blank?
Battle Royale?
No, not Battle Royale, but every person for themselves type thing.
Like PUBG.
Just one-on-one. Well, PUBG isn't... apparently, they're only sticking with games that released this year. Although Fortnite is one of those,
I'd say Fortnite is...
That's kind of pushing it.
That's not necessarily been the controversy over the thing, but that's been the raise an eyebrow moment of a lot of the categories is when Fortnite gets in there. It's like, wait a second, that game came out last year.
Game of the year, yeah. It's like...
That came out last year. It added a Battle Royale mode, which is what sent the thing way off the charts as far as being recognized as anything.
Said July 25th of 2017 was when it was released.
Right.
Fortnite.
Yeah.
So this is still an alpha. In the chat room.
Yeah, it depends. I don't think it is. Maybe it is. It could still... No, it's not an alpha. It's not an early access game. Unless it falls... You know what? There may be a category for best early access game. And if Fortnite's in it... you know what? It may be
early
still...
access.
Early access. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, see, the thing hasn't even...
See, that's how they can get it in, because it hadn't technically released last year because it's still early access.
Well, then can it still be nominated? I mean, if a
I
game
don't
is in
know.
early access, does it continue to get nominated? I don't know.
Every year.
Best sports/racing game. We have Pro Evolution Soccer 2019, FIFA 19. Those are my two that will probably... I don't know which one of those will win, but one of those will. Forza Horizon 4, which I got a great deal on during Black Friday.
Nice.
Mario Tennis Aces, and NBA 2K19 are in there for your best sports game. Your best strategy game, Battletech.
Good.
Frostpunk, which I've never played.
I've heard of that one.
I've heard of it, haven't played it. Into the Breach,
All right.
which I really want to play. I've got it on my wish list on Steam. And, Christmas is coming for anybody listening want to give me games. The Banner Saga 3, that works for me. And Valkyria Chronicles 4.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I like that series.
Those are your best strategy game nominations. Your
do it.
best family game nomination, Mario Tennis Aces. This seems to be all Switch. All Nintendo things.
That would make sense.
Mario Tennis Aces, Nintendo Labo, which is the cardboard build-your-own thing. Overcooked 2, Starlink, Battle for Atlas. That's the one where you have the ship on your controller thing. And Super Mario Party for your best family game.
Yeah, those are all
Family
Switch.
game. Yeah, family game. So, yeah, nothing violent or whatever. Just,
Yeah.
something for everybody in the family to enjoy.
Best fighting game. I will defer to RJ on what he thinks is the standout of these. Dragon Ball Fighter Z, Soul Calibur 6, Street Fighter 5 Arcade, and Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle. What's your pick on that one? What's
I'm
your pick that you want to win,
Soul
and what's your
Calibur.
pick that you think will win? Or is there even that sort of thing?
Soul Calibur is the newest, so it's probably going to be the most popular. But the one that was really popular at the time that it came out was Dragon Ball Fighter Z. So that's probably going to get the nod.
That's what I figured.
Yeah. For me, it's not. It's not really. It's not the merit of the game. It's which one is the most popular at the time. So the one that was really popular that hit us a real peak was Dragon Ball Fighter Z, and that's the one. So I think that's the one
Are
that's
they
going to get
still
it.
doing arcades with Street Fighters, or is that like
Arcades in general are dying
like-
anyway. So
yeah, but like, is that just what they're calling like the console version, the arcade? Whatever?
Oh, the things that Street Fighter
just
5 arcade.
Yeah, just the name of it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Something to indicate that there's a new or different version. Instead of saying Street Fighter 5 version 2, they just say arcade edition. But Street Fighter always had that ultra,
Naming
mega,
convention.
super something or other. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just another nomenclature to put in there. So arcade edition. I guess they did it for the story mode arcade, I guess.
Forgot to do that. Best role-playing game.
All right.
I haven't played any of these. Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire, which Obsidian
the first
Entertainment.
one.
Yeah, Obsidian Entertainment has announced that they will, their new game, or their next RPG will be announced at the Game Awards. In fact, they're looking at 10 new game reveals. 10 at least, with more possible there. New game reveals. So Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire, Octopath Traveler, Ni no Kuni 2, Revenant Kingdom, Monster Hunter World.
I thought you played that one.
Does Monster Hunter World come off as role-playing?
Can you change stats? Can you
Build a character.
build a character?
Build your equipment from the monsters you take out. It's character building. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
character building. You have a character,
But
you have a
see,
role to take out monsters and build it up accordingly.
Then you start going into what do you classify as a role play?
Is a role-playing game, right?
You know, is it anything with a character creation screen and like a somewhat of a plot and
There's
Something
character
like,
there's character creation. There's a plot.
Yeah, something like Octopath Traveler makes me feel like, oh man, that's role-playing. Ni no Kuni 2, possibly, I don't know, I never played it. Well, here's the other one, Dragon Quest 11. That's like, yeah, that's your role-playing game. That's your status of role-playing game. And then Monster Hunter World doesn't give me that role-playing type sense.
because usually it's I would guess it's you take on the persona of another character, but that didn't. I mean, like you do that with Master Chief, you do that with Gordon Freeman.
You do that with everything you
That's
play.
not a role that you're playing. That's just
Someone mentioned the game earlier. Fantasy Star Online.
yeah.
Is that a role-playing game?
Action RPG. I think that's
Action RPG.
I think that's where I first heard the term action RPG.
Well,
it wasn't a traditional wait your turn type of RPG.
I mean, I'll take your not necessarily your definition, but the things you were throwing out there for Monster Hunter World.
Mm-hmm.
You get gear, you
get gear, build it up, have a character, create your character, build it up, start from the bottom, raise yourself to the top. Work
you do
with
the
others to get
same
the
thing in
thing, yeah.
Destiny, and that does not feel like a role-playing game to me.
Stats
No.
on the gear, huh?
Yeah, because you're doing a lot of shooting and everything like that. First person.
In Destiny, but you're also doing those same things you just mentioned. You're getting a character, you're building it up,
Maybe it's just perception because of the thing. Like I said, first person. Destiny's first person game, right? Destiny.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter's not. Maybe that's something to do with that.
maybe, I don't know. That's a good question.
That's kind of a loose,
Yeah,
nebulous
would
thing with
Destiny
RPG
be a
is
role-playing
nowadays.
game?
You'd like you said, I was describing the same thing.
Yeah,
Make a character and build it up.
yeah. Different stats with different equipment.
Yeah.
Then again, then let's look at Assassin's Creed. As far as Origins, because I haven't played Odyssey, but
Yeah.
Origins,
Yeah.
I mean, there was gear galore.
There is gear.
Stuff to put on your. I mean, you want to move that move. There's a game that moved from stealth action, whatever it was, to like serious
And this
role-playing open world quests with gear and stats and stuff to level you up with.
And what I heard was with Origin and Odyssey that they were both being developed at the same time, where Odyssey is more role-playing based and Origin was more action-based in a way. That the focus that they decided to go, and I could see that with like the different stats, the different effects you could put on your weapons or your armor in Odyssey. I don't know. It's a interesting question. What makes what a thing?
Yeah. Now
You know?
let's try to work on narrowing down the definition of what a role-playing game is, really.
Yeah. Best action adventure game, Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
All right. So I would classify it as that.
Oh no, I have no problem with
Yeah.
any of these that are in action adventure games. I have no problem with that. Although I look at Odyssey and I'm sure it's a lot like Origins. But you meet people in the world who send you on quests, and you earn gear and you level up, and there's a whole stats page.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not necessarily sure it doesn't fall under
Role-playing.
an RPG type situation. But God of War, Spider-Man, Red Dead Redemption 2, and Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Out of those, it's going to probably... All right, your
I
big
would
heavy
say
hitters there.
Red Dead.
Spider-Man or Red Dead?
I know. God of War, though, man.
Yeah.
Spider-Man and Red Dead are more because they're sort of top of mind at the moment from their current release.
Recent. Yeah.
God of War came out in April, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's what I mean, man. It's the flavor of the minute
I know.
type thing, really. So yeah,
those are your
Spider-Man
three,
and Red
though.
Dead
Those
too.
are and two of those are God of War,
exclusives?
Spider-Man, and God of War and Spider-Man, two PlayStation exclusives. Which again, that's interesting. Not that they should be nominated, but that there's a certain segment of people who have not played those games at all.
Yeah.
Best action game. See, that's interesting. Best action adventure game and then best action game. How come you don't have another one that says best action RPG rather than just best RPG?
Yeah.
Then you could throw more in there. I don't
wrap them
know.
all together. Yeah.
Best action game is Call of Duty Black Ops 4, Destiny 2, Forsaken, Far Cry 5. Forgot about that release.
Yeah.
Mega Man 11.
Ooh.
And Dead Cells. I have not played, but I really want to.
I've heard really good things about Dead Cells.
Mm-hmm.
How many times have you done that during an award show every year? It's like they list the titles, and then you say to yourself, "Oh, I forgot that came out."
Yeah.
So what does that say for his chances of winning or getting recognition at this point?
I mean, just out of the games I played, out of that list and everything, the ones I know about, I enjoyed Far Cry 5, but I wouldn't put it on that list.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, I think Dead Cells may come away with it. That seems to be something that'll go under the radar, but I don't think it'll be Far Cry 5 for some reason.
No.
Didn't feel like a blockbuster from what I've looked at and
Not quite,
heard about what
no.
people say about the game. Yeah.
It was fun. I enjoyed it. I beat it, but,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, good game, but not like, meh.
I'm done. It's off my hard drive.
I think it was it worth $60?
For the amount, I don't know if I think, did I get it on discount or not? I'm not sure.
It's kind of what it was. It was like it's a good
But
game, but I wouldn't pay $60 for it. That type of thing. Which I've heard
Yeah.
about a lot of titles
Yeah.
recently lately. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, it was good, but I'm done with it.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to take our first break and come back
right.
and do the rest of these categories here. We've also got Spigot. Brock is on the phone.
Oh, hey, Brock.
All right.
So we will go to him when we come back from this quick break. We'll be back with more of In-Game Chat in just a moment. Here's your first song of the day. This comes from the SNES time period. The title of the track is called T-Rex. It comes from the Jurassic Park game on the Super Nintendo. We'll be back in just a moment. And welcome back to In-Game Chat. Music here from Lord of the Rings, Battle for Middle-earth. This is called Heroes something. The title goes off the thing. I can't see it. But yeah.
Glad we can make it.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys can make it back too.
You need sound. You need speakers in this place.
Is there any issue downstairs, or was
No,
it just
getting
okay?
coffee.
No, we're getting coffee, and I
Getting
couldn't find
coffee
the
like
couldn't
60-year-old.
close enough.
There's stairs, and we're old.
Just getting
And I could
a cup of coffee there.
Hey, and I couldn't find the sugar.
Oh, that's right. I did use the last of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's well, now you probably know where it's at, right?
Yeah.
I know.
Okay,
I
good.
know now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so there you go. Yes, get me some coffee. Pour me a cup.
It was hot. We had to let it cool.
Good to the last drop.
Our music, of course, brought to you by our
Quality
friends at
Comics?
Quality Comics. As always, check out their store on eBay if you want some of their deals on like collectibles and things like that. And you can go to their website, qualitycomics.com. That is with an X. And that is going to show you a lot of the vintage comics that they've got for sale. And when I talk about that, I'm talking your 3 to 4 figure price tags on your comic or in your comic books, possibly higher, and some very, very vintage and in good condition comic books as well. Mm-hmm. Check out Montgomery Quality Comics on Facebook if you want to see more of that, what they've got in store at the store at Quality Comics. All right, so let's keep going down the list of nominees, but not before we bring in Brock.
Hello.
Set up.
Hey,
What's up, man?
Brock.
Hi, guys. Long time no chat.
I know, and I'm glad you're here. So just bear with us. We're going to finish going through these nominees for the Game Awards, because awards matter, I guess.
Hear what the rest of them were.
Yeah, the
You can
we're-
chime in on it, too.
yeah, feel free. We did Best Action Game, but now we're at the Best VR Game.
Ooh, I
All
just
two
got
of
a
them?
VR, so I could maybe weigh in.
Well,
Yeah, I saw that.
it's funny you should call on this one, because the nominees for Best VR Game are Tetris Effect.
Nice.
And that's it.
No, there's more.
I was going to say.
Probably going to win it.
Yeah.
I'll say it's probably going to win that.
Beat Saber is in there.
Which is also amazing.
Firewall Zero Hour. Moss.
That's nice.
And Astrobot Rescue Mission.
Haven't tried that.
I've heard some odd things about that, and by odd I mean it's actually pretty good.
Yeah,
So-
I was actually really hoping to get the Moss and Astrobot bundle when I picked up my PSVR, but unfortunately it didn't have the Move controller, so I got the other one.
When did you get your VR? Over the
A week and a half ago.
Hey,
Black Friday.
hey, welcome to the club.
I'm trying to convince Scott to let me buy his. He will
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, I got it for Tetris Effect. So
How is that?
there's that. It's amazing.
Yeah.
But Beat Saber is also just phenomenal.
Do you
Well,
need the waggle sticks for Beat Saber?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But Beat Saber is really,
Correct
from the
me if I'm-
videos I've watched, it's
Yeah,
really
correct
cool.
me if I'm wrong. That's the lightsaber game. Cut these blocks
Yes,
to a rhythm.
It's a rhythm game with
Yeah.
lightsabers, yeah.
Light-
Cut the
lightsabers
blocks
with-
to the rhythm. Yeah, okay.
I
No.
just been playing it before I called.
I say, Brock, you could probably find Battlefront 1 for super cheap.
I had to look for it.
If nothing else, that Rogue One level is worth the price of admission.
Nice.
So
yeah,
worth
I
it.
would say for the VR ones, I personally, from what I've played of the various games, I've played about 3 or 4 of those ones on that list, and I would say toss up between Beat Saber and Tetris Effect. So
And
Interesting. Hey, I gotta
Next-
get in on this Tetris Effect thing. You, both you and Matt.
next month is Ace Combat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have the VR set up, but I was thinking about picking up a Tetris Effect.
yeah, you don't
Anyway.
need it for it, but it just does really enhance it.
Yeah, you don't need it for. Yeah, like I said, you don't need it for. But yeah, I was going to think about picking that up anyway.
Best mobile game. Well,
Yes.
this is, yeah, exactly right.
But what's the list?
Well, here's the list. Fortnite,
Yeah.
PUBG Mobile,
Yeah.
okay, this one is one I think would actually, it won't win it, but I think it's the only one out of these that I would ever consider probably playing on my phone. I do not know what Florence is. That's one that's in there, Florence.
That's amazing.
Is it?
Yes, I love that game. It's a beautiful.
I'm going to have to
game.
look that up because I don't know what that is, and it's popped up twice now
It's a short little sort of narrative game, but it is just the love that went into that game. It's a beautiful little game.
I may know about it and probably just don't recognize it by name here. The other one, and the one I was talking about, the one I saw at PAX, was Reigns, Game of Thrones.
I haven't played that. I played the other two versions of Reigns.
Yeah, Reigns. If you're not familiar with what Reigns is, or at least in the Game of Thrones world, it's just they've licensed the Game of Thrones characters, and Reigns is a simple swipe left, swipe right mechanic. It pulls up a card and it has a thing on there, and you either swipe left for the answer or swipe no for the whatever. That's it.
Like Tinder?
Very much like a dating app.
Yeah, the Tinder mechanism, but they turned it into an RPG.
Yeah, it's amazing. So it's like a dating app. You swipe right, swipe left.
Less STIs.
The old hot or not.
Yeah.
God, that goes back a ways. Donut County is also in the best mobile game as well.
I love that game, but I played it on the PS4.
That just feels like something you would play on a console than you would a phone. But then again, a lot of these feel like I've never looked. Most games that I've looked at, with the exception of like your Match 3, your puzzle type, your Candy Crush, whatever that is, those type of things.
Well, wait till Bethesda releases that Elder Scrolls,
right?
But
I look at stuff
thing.
like Fortnite and PUBG Mobile, and I don't think mobile with those games.
Well, you haven't hung out with enough kids like I've had to, and
well, I'm awfully grateful for that. Honestly,
yeah.
You're making it sound like a bad
on the
thing.
iPads all the time. So,
best indie game, best independent game. Did we have a best indie category already? No, we had best indie debut. Where'd it go? Best debut indie game.
Okay.
And now we've got one called Best Indie Game. Okay. The Messenger, which I haven't played, but I saw a lot. There was a party at the Hard Rock Cafe in Seattle for the launch of that game during PAX. Oh, here's one that probably should win, and it's one I should be playing, but I haven't. Return of the Obra Dinn.
that is amazing.
Yeah. From the same guy that did Papers, Please.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't like Papers, Please.
It sounds like the follow-up to the thinking of Edmund Fitzgerald.
The Return of the Obra Dinn makes you think of the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
I don't know why. It just did.
It's about a shipwreck that you find, but you're on the right track there, Matt.
Okay.
Mark's got my back.
Into the Breach.
All right.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Dead Cells.
Yeah.
And Celeste.
I know Nate loves Dead Cells.
Yeah, I really would like to play Dead Cells. I tried to get some review copies of it so I could. And then Celeste is the other one, which I think we played some music from that not too long ago.
I went to college with a girl named Celeste.
It has nothing to do with the game. Maybe
I'm
it
sure
does. Who knows?
I would hope
Pretty
not.
hard. I haven't played it, but I've heard good things about that.
Yeah, exactly. Games for Impact. They don't put anything out here to tell me exactly what that means.
This War of Mine and things like that.
Well, I remember the Games for Impact was the one that always sticks out in my head is when That Dragon Cancer won it.
Okay.
So it's stuff like that. And this is going to be Celeste is in there. Florence is in there. Life is Strange 2 Episode 1 is a nomination for Games for Impact. The Missing, J.J. Macfield and the Island of Memories.
All right.
Oh, that's the one that I think that's Judah game. I think that's.
It is. Yeah, it is. You're right.
Yeah.
And then the other one is 1111 Memories Retold.
That looked amazing. It just came out in November, but it was really pricey too.
That would make sense that it came out in November.
Aardman.
It's Aardman Animations. Is that the same guy that Wallace and Gromit?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh.
And it's all set around the armistice in World War I. So.
All right. Well, that sounds interesting.
It looks gorgeous. It was like $40 though when I was looking at it. So.
While you talk about that, and this is not this would not probably end up in a Games for Impact nomination or anything, but there's a game I played at PAX because they didn't have a game I wanted to play at PAX. They said, we did not bring that build. We're sorry we signed you up for it. Here, would you like to play We the Revolution? And so I played that. I think I sent you guys a demo of that, didn't I?
I don't remember.
I put something in our chat room that was a link to something where you could go download it and play. But it all takes place. You're It all takes place during the French Revolution. You're not a whatever they were.
Well, you're on the tribunal or something like that.
You're on the tribunal, yes.
Yeah,
you're on the tribunal. And you're hearing the cases from people who are coming to say, this happened to me, and then you have to look through the evidence, and then you have to decide. And
kind of like Papers, Please.
Well, it's a lot like Papers, Please, but like you've got to you judge the room, the public opinion type thing.
Oh yeah, you were saying about that. Like if
because if public opinion gets too hot, they will overthrow the government.
Yeah.
So you got to keep them satisfied, but you also have to keep the government satisfied with what's supposed to happen because they've got their hands in all that stuff too, and it's a back and forth thing. But also, you also don't want to. You want to. You're a judge. You should play it as
as a judge. Here's
the thing that happened. This person is completely innocent, regardless of what you think.
But yet the crowd could get bloodlust,
right.
lust and want.
Exactly. It's very word heavy.
No win situation.
Yeah, but I loved it. I loved every bit about it. Look into that if you ever think about it. We the Revolution.
Games for
Has it come out yet? Or was it still being?
No. It hasn't. It hasn't released, and I do not know exactly when.
But yeah,
it'll be released.
Speaking of like games for Impact, for Black Friday, I did pick up Hellblade.
Oh, don't tell me it's already out. Oh, did you?
Yes.
Nice.
Because I think that was on the list last year.
Yeah,
correct?
I've only played a little bit of that, but it is quite good.
Yeah, it should have been.
Is this out? There's a store page for it on. Oh wait, release date is March 21st of 2019.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it is not out yet. I'm going to post a link.
You gonna put it in your wish list?
If it's not already in there, I will. I'm not logged in to the website of the Steam store.
Something I was thinking about with Senua Hellblade Sacrifice was I think the impact of that was how it displayed mental illness and how it warps your perception and things like that. It was a pretty.
You really need to play with headphones on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because the effect of the voices that are whispering around you.
So it's not. Yeah,
well,
not
thanks
just,
for that
okay,
info.
So not just visual; it's audio as well that messes with you in that game, right? Okay.
Next category is best performance. This is going to be, I guess, voice actors and motion cap people.
Troy Baker, Nolan North.
Neither one is nominated.
Really?
No. Yuri Lowenthal, who played Peter Parker in Spider-Man.
All right. He did a good job.
Mm-hmm. Roger Clark, who plays Arthur Morgan, Red Dead.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, have you beaten Spider-Man yet?
I have not.
Have you gotten to the Stan Lee?
I have not.
Wow.
I played further into it this past week because I upgraded my TV finally, and I wanted to play in HDR 4K, and that was a beautiful thing. I'm just drunk with color in this thing. It's just amazing.
Hangover.
How far did I get? I played another mission, and it was. Well, I had two side missions, and I played those. One was chase the stupid pigeons that the homeless dude on the roof had lost. And so I chased those and got him his pigeons back. Then I did the one where you have to scan QR codes with your picture to find the kidnapper. And yeah. So I did those. And I don't think I actually did I start another mission? Well, I finally did the one that was featured in the trailer for E3.
All right.
Where you take down the helicopter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I finally did that one.
All right.
So, yeah. We're still in the best performance. Melisanthe Mahut as Cassandra in Odyssey.
Okay.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Her voice is, I hear, better than the guy.
Oh, okay.
Alexios.
Usually the case.
Yeah.
It is. That's why, FemShep was...
Exactly.
The default, the only.
Yeah. Christopher Judge, who played Kratos in God of War. And Brian Deckhart as Connor in Detroit.
Now, he didn't play Kratos in the previous Gods of War, correct?
I do not know.
Wasn't that probably Philip Lamar?
I think it was
Lamar?
One of them was I forget his name. He starred on in that Fox show Living Single years back. KC something. That was the first. I think that was the first one. Did it? Then we went to Phil Lamar, and then it went to someone else.
Okay.
Matter of fact, we got the internet here. Let me look that up. While
I'm pretty sure Phil Lamar did Kratos.
All he says is "boy," so
Yeah, right? Boy.
Boy.
Yeah, but it's not what you say; it's how you say it. And he says, yeah.
Well, how many times can you say boy?
And as many times as
The
Kratos wants to.
inflection has different meanings.
Like I am Groot.
Yeah, exactly.
Detroit, I picked that up for $20.
Same here.
Yeah, I got the digital version. It was $20.
Same
so
here.
I got that.
Yeah, T.C. Carson was one, and then Christopher Judge. And you said Phil Lamar?
I'm pretty sure he did.
Maybe for the handhelds?
Oh, no.
Because I could have sworn, like, during, like, Dragon Con and stuff, when see him at the table.
I don't doubt that he hasn't played a character in that game series.
I thought he did Kratos.
I don't think so.
No, all I see is T.C. Carson and Christopher Judge so far.
Well,
Best audio design is the next category, and we've got Red Dead Redemption 2,
all right. Yeah.
Spider-Man, God of War, Forza Horizon 4, and Black Ops 4.
Is there a best music category?
Yes, that's the very next one. Best score, best music is up for nomination
Called a
is
segue.
Celeste, which I haven't played.
Okay.
God of War, fantastic soundtrack.
Yeah.
Spider-Man, it's good. It's
Good. I don't know if it's great, but it's good.
I know it feels
It's
a
nothing
little
I'm whistling afterwards.
Exactly, it feels. I don't want to say throwaway, but it just feels like insert superhero music here, and so it's
Nice
just
score that fits the game, but it's not. Memorable.
yeah. It feels a little cookie cutter. Like here's your superhero music.
I'm just saying, when you think of Spider-Man music, you think of the old 60s cartoon.
No, not really.
Spider-Man.
Not or the Elseworlds.
That's been thrown all over social media lately. I know that.
Nino Kuni 2, Revenant Kingdom. I have not heard the score for that. Octopath Traveler is another one I haven't heard.
That is a good soundtrack.
Yeah. Red Dead Redemption 2. What I've heard of that, I do enjoy.
Yeah.
So
that seems more like just background ambient, All right.
probably, but I mean that's a big part of the music. I mean that's a
Yeah.
big part of your gaming experience is how much you enjoy that. If the music,
I mean, I don't turn it off. I listen to it.
it was weird. I was playing with James on Destiny 2, and I was with Random, and we wanted to show. And you haven't seen this, Matt, and actually nobody's seen this. Obviously, there is a lost sector in the new area that you go into, and when you go into it, it looks like a dance club. There's one of the enemies sitting behind what looks like a big DJ booth, and there's stuff going on the dance floor with enemies, and there's music playing, and it's different Destiny music and different things like that, and it changes up. And we were with James, and we're like, hey, you got to come in and check this. And I said, you've done this before, right? He's like, yeah, I've been in here plenty of times. And I said, so you've never heard the music? He's like, I don't keep the music on. I have my own music running when I play the game. And I said, oh, you've got to turn your music up, man. And so he turns his music up, and he's like, what is this? And, we did the whole thing again. And I think there was something else that was happening. And I said, oh, that's right. We were hunting down the things on Mars that plays the music, the Rasputin things,
little diamond thing,
that plays music. And I said, you got to follow the music. And he's like, let me turn my audio back up again. And I was, yeah, just turn your music on.
Yeah.
Let's see, best art direction. Assassin's Creed Odyssey,
All right.
God of War,
I see Octopath on this one.
Octopath Traveler,
Nice.
Red Dead 2, and Return of Obra Dinn.
I'd put. See, the rest of the three of those are pretty much just they're nice. They look nice and everything like that, but it's just your standard 3D action adventure RPG-ish type thing. But Octopath and Obra Dinn both take some really interesting art choices. So
I would out of those not seen the Obra Dinn, I would say Octopath.
I'd put myself in that one or Obra Dinn, but I haven't seen Obra Dinn, and I've only seen Octopath in like little trailers and images on the internet. Yeah. Best narrative: Detroit: Become Human, which I have not played, but I do own it now.
I want to play it.
God of War, Life is Strange 2, Episode 1, Marvel Spider-Man, and Red Dead 2.
that's all for best narrative.
Best narrative, yeah.
All right. That's kind of
That's kind of
weak.
yeah.
I think you might be right on that. I haven't played some of the other ones, but I feel like Obra Dinn probably should have been in there.
Yeah.
Even though I have not played it, which is a strange thing to say, but I know
it's much more. It's like something even like Where the Water Tastes Like Wine or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Better.
Fire in the Flood.
Yeah.
Yeah. Best game direction, A Way Out. Forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I haven't played that, but I've heard.
Haven't either. I totally forgot it was even a thing that could be nominated this year.
Done it again.
Well, didn't he win, or did he announce last year? Because he's the one that went crazy last year and said, F the Oscars.
Yeah.
On
That dude that got drunk.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. Best game direction as well, Detroit Become Human, God of War, Spider-Man, and Red Dead 2. I think the higher we get on this list here, you're going to start hearing a lot of the same nominations. Best ongoing game, Fortnite.
Yeah.
No Man's Sky.
That's still
I've
ongoing?
heard good things about the new version of it.
Yeah. Overwatch, Rainbow Six Siege, and Destiny 2. If Fortnite is nominated in something like this or with what Fortnite does,
you're okay with
the juggernaut of popularity of that thing, I don't think can.
Yeah, don't win that one.
Yeah, it's like I think it's just going to roll over any of the competition in that. And then Game of the Year, Red Dead 2, Monster Hunter World, no. Spider, not that it's a bad game, but the others here just blowing it out of the water. Spider-Man, God of War, Celeste, and Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
I'm surprised to see Celeste in there. That's interesting.
Yeah, it is. It doesn't make me want to play it more. If I think the Games with Impact nomination actually make me want to play it more.
Yeah.
Because the game with Impact is more about. Sounds like it's more about story.
Yeah, it feels like it may get something out of it.
Kind of like emotional
aesthetic.
impact and what you bring out of it, and
yeah, because I was looking at the little description of Celeste. You play the game, haven't you? Speak it.
Brock, you there?
Yep. Sorry.
You played Celeste, haven't you?
I have not played it.
Okay.
I've read and heard,
I was trying to get some.
It's a pretty. I've heard it's pretty tough. It's a one of those platformer, almost not Super Meat Boy.
Yeah. It's like a.
But it's very much like that, but just with a little more forgiveness and a much better narrative.
Yeah, I was just looking at the Wikipedia article about it. It's like a young woman goes to the mountains and tries to climb and meets all these people, and there's a lot of supernatural things going on. And it's kind of like a mental mind tricks are going up, things playing with her head up there as she's climbing up the thing. It's like here's some character called Part of Her. That's a character, and it's like
I know you like. There's something about with your heart and stuff like that. And I don't know. It looks interesting. It's just I'm not quite in the mood for a real punishing game at the moment.
It seems like a hard little 8-bit style platformer, retro looking platformer. But yeah, there's a lot of emotional. Seems like there's a lot of emotional things going on in this game as you go through it. So that's probably what it is with the impact things. Probably something emotional story wise that has it put in that category. More than the look of it.
Yeah, no, the impact ones are more for the things that have that, like either some sort of a social message to it or.
Thar66 says God of War will probably win. I really think honestly, unless it's one, Red Dead, unless it's one of those situations where, they, and I hate to say this, but at times I feel like sometimes they'll get pretentious about things, and. I'm not saying Celeste isn't worthy of Game of the Year, but it feels like they would pick it because everybody else is expecting something else to win that. That they would go with an indie title out of those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like AAA releases type things. Yeah. And so...
Shame there's not more, they didn't pick a few more or different indie ones.
And I mean, I think there's room for that. It's just that throwing this one indie title in your Game of the Year makes me feel like your judges are probably going to pick that because they want to. They don't. I don't know. And I don't necessarily believe that if they do pick it, that they feel like it's actually the Game of the Year. It feels like it's picked because it's not one of the others. No
microtransactions in it.
Well, yeah. Fortnite's not in there for Game of the Year, but I mean, it is in there for Best Ongoing Game, and that game has been ongoing since last year when it was released. But it's still in early access, apparently.
So next year when it's back on the list, we'll know why.
I don't get it.
I mean, because it's a spin-off off of actual like the sort of survival game.
It is, yeah, it is.
Made $1 billion, so.
Somebody had one of those, like, here's our other awards, and so they came up with their own categories and stuff. And one of the categories was Best PR Blunder of the Year. And some of that went to, what's the name? Blizzard for the phone.
For Diablo.
Yeah.
Diablo on the phone situation.
They did not read the room for that one.
Some of it went to, and I don't think No Man's Sky was this year. That was last year, wasn't it?
It came out a couple of years back. So.
Yeah. That whole thing with No Man's Sky was brought up. And obviously the thing that we're going to get into here in a little bit, Fallout 76.
Oh, God, you had a whole section of the show notes dedicated to that.
I did.
Man.
Well, it's been running rampant.
It's
Any of you
it's
get
merited.
that bag?
Huh?
Did any of you get the bag?
No. None of us played the game. And Matt would have been the only...
but I'm talking the collector's item.
That's the one we're talking about. But Matt would have been the one to get that, if any of us. And he's avoided that thing. That thing is a trash fire, from what I can understand. I'm not kidding. The fact that it was on sale...
Should be something harsher than trash fire.
It was like $30
later.
Yeah.
Dumpster fire.
It was 1 week out, and it had already dropped again to like $35 to play the game. It had a 47 gigabyte patch that was released, again, almost a week after it had been released.
Which I'm told that fixed nothing.
It was...
I think it broke more stuff than it fixed.
It was 80% down compared to sales of Fallout 4 at this time.
I'm not surprised given what it is in the first place, and then it hasn't even lived up to those expectations.
Is this the same engine that they've used since Morrowind?
Yep.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, I believe so.
Daggerfall.
Oh, God, Daggerfall.
Yeah. Well, Brock, can you hang on with us?
You know what? I'm probably going to have to scoot. I've got some people over now, and food just arrived.
Oh, I'm so sorry, man.
Okay.
No, it's all right, man. I just figured I'd call in. I actually had a chance for once, so maybe I'll call again next week.
Yeah.
All right. Please do.
We appreciate that, man.
Before you go, Brock, I had to say following you on Twitter is a lot of fun, and it makes me want to play more board games.
Hey, man, that's what I'm all for.
Oh, PAX Unplugged is going on right now.
Yeah.
I know I wish I could go, but I'm just going to have a board game convention here at my house.
All right. Well, you enjoy it, and thanks so much for calling, man.
Talk to you guys later.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we will we'll go over some of the Fallout 76 issues that are happening as well. And we've got music right now. We're going into this break with, again, this thing cuts off. I try to shorten it enough. Stage 3, I think, is what it may say. That's the track name. It comes from an old Nintendo title called Captain America and the Avengers, which I saved up money to buy and then felt horrible after I bought it and played it.
Still haven't played any of these games.
It was bad.
This is side-scrolling arcade?
Yes, yeah. Oh, no. This is not the one that you played with a bunch of... It's not the arcade thing.
Four people.
That was not what this was.
Okay, because I'm about to say, I played that one in the arcade religiously, man.
And that was fun. Exactly.
Kind of like The Simpsons or,
Yeah. Still got that on my PS3.
X-Men, the Turtles.
That's on my PS3 as well.
Right. This is the same situation where... You remember there was, I think it was, what was the name of that company that did a lot of...
LJN.
Was it LJN?
If you think about Back to the Future.
Yeah, well, LJN did the Uncanny X-Men for the NES.
Okay.
And it was horrible.
And they also did Back to the Future for the NES as well.
Well, they did. They did a couple of others. They did
Little Rainbow.
They did Jaws and Knight Rider.
Yep.
They did a lot of licensed titles.
And they were bad.
But...
did they do Roger Rabbit?
That was Ocean. No. That might have Roger Rabbit was LJN. Yeah. I think Roger Rabbit was LJN.
Okay.
But anyway, the this was like the NES had three that I can think of is Uncanny X-Men, Captain America and the Avengers, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, where they released these games based on these properties, and then later arcade versions of these games would be released that were tons better.
Yeah.
And so then they would re-release those as NES games where it was called X-Men the Arcade, Ninja Turtles the arcade game.
Arcade game, yeah.
Yeah, so this is not what you played in the arcade.
Oh,
it
okay.
was horrible.
Okay.
So yeah, Captain America and the Avengers Stage 3, I guess. We'll be back with more in Game Chat after this. And welcome back to In-Game Chat. This comes from, is it NES or SNES? Probably NES. Batman Returns. The opening music from
I
that.
think that was NES.
Probably JLIT.
Yeah.
Or whatever it was. Probably that same company.
LJN.
Yeah.
LJN, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Still haven't played them.
Yeah, if you think you know what I never played that one. If you think you know what the running thread is between all the music that we're playing, you could win a $10 gift certificate to Quality Comics. If you think you know and you don't even live here in town, you can still use this. Huh?
You can give it to us.
No, you can still use the gift certificate.
Yep, because they have an online store, don't they?
They have an online store. There is a number associated with your gift certificate. All you would have to do is use that number, and you get $10 off. So there you go. Or you get something for free that you want to buy for $10. So there you go. If you think you know what that is, call us 334-272-9228. And it is brought to you by Quality Comics, who are located at 500 Eastern Boulevard in Montgomery. 272-1787 is their number, or 1-800-548-3314. Go to qualitycomics.com or go to their Facebook page, Montgomery Quality Comics. If you've got stuff lying around the house that are comic book or collectible related, they can help you figure out how much that might be worth, or maybe you just want to sell it. That's another place. Don't worry with the pawn shops. Take it over to Quality Comics, and you'll get a better idea of exactly how much it is worth. And you can also do better. You can use them to have a better way to protect the value of whatever it is that you've got. Mm-hmm. So check them out. Moving on with our news here, we wanted to, I guess, go into the Fallout, which is what I called it. The Fallout 76 Fallout.
Fallout from Fallout.
I have a coworker still trying to convince me to pick up that game, and I'm like, no, there's just nothing there for me.
There's too much that's come out now, man. It's just
there's just nothing that I want.
I get that some people are still able to have fun with it.
Yeah.
So kudos to them for that. But man,
I'm just not into that.
Well, it's not into that. I mean, it's just too much wrong with that right now. I mean, maybe somewhere down the line they'll fix. Maybe they'll have the path that No Man's Sky. You know, No Man's Sky's pretty. Is No Man's Sky respectable now?
I had
a bad
more
start.
so.
I had a bad start, but it picked itself up over time.
It's in a better place than it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe the same thing will happen for Fallout 76, but right now it's not.
But even still, I think there's a lot of people who who are put off by that game after after the initial release of it. And what happened there where the studio went complete radio silence, did not answer any questions, just went into hiding basically after it was released.
Yeah, that whole even that whole bag situation. Did you read about that? That was you never heard about that? Well,
no. The Fallout bag is what we're talking about.
The Fallout bag.
You haven't heard about the Fallout bag?
No.
Oh God, we'll get to that.
That was just like the icing on the garbage pile on that one.
They need a new engine.
Yeah.
I mean, Bethesda desperately needs.
Right now, they just need a new game because
like these all just seem like reskins of Elder Scrolls. You know,
the Fallout 76 UK launch, the sales were over 80% down compared to Fallout 4. When you compare 2015's Fallout 4 with the latter, it outsells it by 82.4%. Although it did make its debut at number 3, but the revenue has just not been great. In fact, Spyro Reignited Trilogy came in at number 1 in the UK charts. It was number 3 in terms of revenue, but it had a lower price, obviously. 75% of its sales were on PS4. Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee also launched last week. They were in number 4 and number 6. Although if you take both of those games and add them together, since they're both in the Let's Go whatever series, Pokemon universe type thing, they would have been in the top spot. So Hitman 2 was at number 10. Yeah, in fact, Hitman 2 was number 10. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was number 9. Fortnite was number 8. Call of Duty Black Ops 4 was number 7. The Pokemon, like I said, 4 and 5. FIFA 19 was number 5. Fallout 3, Red Dead 2 was number 2. And Spyro was number 1. These are the UK charts for that. Its first major patch, just not even a week out, was 48 gigs.
I've heard that the patch was. I heard the patch was bigger than the game itself. Is that true? Anybody hear that?
I don't know how big the game is, but 48 gigs.
That's a big patch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oddly enough, the PC update was only 15. But Xbox One and PS4 had a 47 gig update, and Xbox One had a 48 gig update.
Wow.
Yeah. And let's see. It dropped in price during the whole Black Friday situation to $35. They dropped it to $40 for Black Friday. However, Amazon dropped it even further to about $35.
And still,
you didn't touch it. Yeah, that's fine. All right, so the bag situation. The Fallout 76 Power Armor Edition came with the big helmet, of course.
The helmet. Yeah,
it came with what was supposed to be a. What else did it come with here? A map. Let's see. 24 collectible Fallout figurines, kind of like a bag of army men. A steel book.
This was $200, right? Or was it $250?
I think $200.
$200, okay.
Yeah, Tricentennial Edition, bonus digital items, the wearable power armor helmet, a glow-in-the-dark world terrain map, and then a canvas...
Keyword there, canvas.
Canvas West something duffel bag.
All right.
Oh, West Tech. Yeah.
All right.
Canvas West Tech duffel bag.
I have a canvas duffel bag.
Just so you can see, it looks awful nice, you know? It's a duffel bag. Nice little...
It's supposed to be like a helmet bag?
You could probably put the helmet in there.
I think someone did mention it was supposed to be like somebody put your helmet in, yeah.
Instead, this is what showed up.
Wait, that's not the same.
It is not the same. It is a nylon bag.
Nylon.
Yeah.
Which is not canvas.
Cheaper material. Much cheaper material than they had.
Gesundheit.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
I have a canvas duffel bag.
The $200 Power Armor Edition of Fallout 76 promised fans a load of stuff, including what looked like a very nice canvas bag. They did not end up getting. Bethesda says, here's what it was. This is the original story. There it is. Bethesda wrote back and said, "Thank you for contacting Bethesda customer support. My name is Nicholas, and I'd be happy to help you today. Due to unavailability of materials, we had to switch to a nylon carrying case in the Fallout 76 Power Armor Edition. We hope this doesn't prevent anyone from enjoying what we feel is our best collector's edition." Yeah.
Bear in mind that someone, there was more to that, Scott. Didn't someone say that, are you planning to do anything about this? Because they said the bag is nylon, not canvas. Are you planning to do anything about it? And the last statement was that we're not planning to do anything about it.
I mean,
and that came out, and then Bethesda.
You got a bag.
Then Bethesda jumped on that and had the corporate-friendly version of the response to that letter put out.
Yeah. The corporate speak.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a bag. What else do you want?
Let's see.
But not what was advertised.
Bethesda has responded to critics of the move on Reddit, posting, "The Bethesda store support member is a temporary contract employee and not directly employed by Bethesda or their game studios. We apologize to the customer who took the time to reach out. The support response was incorrect and not in accordance with our conduct policy. Unfortunately, due to unavailability of materials, we had to switch to a nylon carrying case in the Fallout 76 Power Armor Edition. We hope this doesn't prevent anyone from enjoying what we feel is one of our best collector's editions." No, what you do in that sense is you contact people and say that we've got to change this. Do you want to continue to keep your order? I can't remember what that was, but I want to say it was it Arkham Knight that sent out a thing and said, we're not going to have the Batmobile edition of our thing.
Yeah.
We're only going to be doing the statue. We can't do the... we can't do that. They just came out up front and said we can't do it, instead of putting a Matchbox Batmobile car into the box and saying, here you go, sorry, we didn't have enough materials.
Here you go, Hot Wheels.
But, I mean, if you're spending $200 and everything, I don't see... Is nylon versus canvas going to be enough of a deal breaker for you? How many people are getting it for a bag? Yeah, I know that's what they promised, and that's what they said, but they didn't deliver. But I would think it's more like if it wasn't the Power Armor head... then that would be something different.
Yeah,
it's still not.
Yeah, the jewel of the collector's item is the helmet itself. But
it's still a situation where we advertise this, we're switching it out, and we didn't tell you.
Yeah,
there was no heads up.
I
even if they couldn't refund it, they didn't send out an email saying that we don't.
You're still getting a bag. You know, it's just a different material bag.
Like I got a really nice bag that came with my Destiny 2 thing. I hate what I paid for it, because I could have gotten a much cheaper later. But it's a really, really nice bag. It really is. But they didn't switch on anything on me, you know? I mean, I agree with what you're saying, Matt. Like, is it really a big deal? In the grand scheme of things, obviously it's not. But
so you're still behind a broken game, no matter what.
It's still an issue where you paid for something and thought you were getting all of this, but you're not.
I mean, you paid for something, you think you're getting a game that works, and you're not, and yet people are upset about a bag.
Yeah.
No, the game works. The game works. I know you don't like the game. The game works. It's got bugs like any other game does.
It has a little bit more than just any other game.
I understand. But these are people who knew what they were getting into when they did, but they thought they were getting these things. They got all of those things except for a canvas bag. If it had just said bag... I'm sure Bethesda could have worked around it and said something like, well, you got a bag.
That's why I said earlier, key word was canvas.
They issued out something else that said, we understand and respect there is disappointment with the bag in the Power Armor Edition. We are sorry. Please contact Bethesda support to provide proof of your Collector's Edition purchase. They will assist in granting your account 500 atoms. 500 atoms, I guess, is the currency in the...
Not cash.
Yeah,
atoms. In-game, we'll give you in-game currency.
Which, by the way, 500 atoms adds up to, I think, $5.
It's $5. Which isn't even enough to buy an outfit. I think they were showing on the store. I think it's 700 atoms for. I think the lowest price outfit is 700 atoms.
So it's just enough for you to be like, I could almost get this. And let me spend more money so I can get it.
This is what Chris Livingston wrote. He put a picture in there, but Chris Livingston on Twitter said, ironically, 500 atoms won't even buy you the Fallout 76 Postman skin that actually has a canvas bag because it costs $700.
Bethesda.
So it just keeps getting worse.
Wasn't there a story out there about how I want to say it was I forget who it was. The bags did exist. They just said they ran out of material. The bags existed, but the
bags didn't exist like you think they did.
Yeah.
There was a bag made for...
Todd Howard got his bag.
No, and this is a completely different bag. I want to show you the picture of that bag, Matt, so you'll understand.
Oh, see, that's a nice bag.
Yeah, that bag.
That's it.
I would like to have that bag.
If I'm not mistaken, they're the ones that were given away to
YouTubers and influencers.
Yeah,
yes.
YouTubers were given that bag
for unboxings and things like that, or a special event that was held where they got the thing. So that was given out, and obviously I can understand that. Trust me, there's plenty of people who got completely different versions of the games than what was sold to the public. Mm-hmm. I realize that. It looks bad. It looks real bad considering what's going on with them. But I don't... If I was somebody who was jilted on this, I wouldn't be looking at them to provide me with what they gave to the influencers. Mm-hmm. That was probably a one-time situation. They made a contract or they made a deal with some maker of those things to slap the Fallout 76 logo on it. And for a very probably limited amount. I don't know how many, but probably a very limited amount. So I wouldn't expect to get that. I would expect to get what I paid for, which would be that canvas bag. Mm-hmm. And the 500 atoms wouldn't make it up to me. But yeah, they're in a situation right now where they've got some bad PR they got to deal with.
PR is awful right now.
Let me bring in Multal because he's been waiting on the line here for a bit. Hey, Multal.
Ahoy, hoy. Everyone doing okay?
Sorry for making you wait.
And yes, I get what you're saying, Multal.
Well, what is he? Yeah, nope, not a bag.
The burger thing, right?
Yeah, he's if you order, but see, I mean, if you order a burger without the meat,
to boil it down,
the difference with that is you're still getting a meat. It's just not the meat you want.
Yeah, it's literally if you look at the menu and you've seen this is exactly what I want, and they deliver something that isn't exactly what you want in a restaurant, you'd be going, you're missing the X, Y, and Z. It's got nothing. I've got to be honest. Like, I know this is blowing up like something ridiculous, but the game is like, let's put the game aside because it has its own issues and there's plenty of issues to be talking about. This is blown up more than it actually I think should be. It should be literally just they didn't deliver what they should have delivered, and there should be immediate refunds. I don't think there should be any question about that.
Do you think they should have just gone no bag at all instead of I think it should have been, we can't deliver it, you don't get it. Yeah. Here's what we have, and here's an immediate refund because we can't provide what we have said that we're going to give. Or we could give you the bag later.
It doesn't matter that it was promotional material or anything like that. If they can't deliver, like even look at Kickstarter, you see the amount of flack and that sort of nonsense that gets brought up whenever Kickstarters, people that aren't businesses that get overwhelmed with the idea, we have to make T-shirts, we have to make pins, and we also have to produce the products on top of that. We didn't think about delivery, and they get them back for this. And Fallout, Bethesda game backed by all these companies that are meant to be actually getting, input and producing this game. Never mind the whole abstraction of idea of, producing, physical content for the game. Regardless, you did not buy a canvas bag. I know this sounds ridiculous, me getting so hyped up about one thing in particular, but it's the idea of the fact that they've advertised something and they have not delivered. It's got nothing to do with the idea that it's canvas to nylon. It's the fact that they didn't deliver what they said they were going to deliver.
Yeah.
If this happened on Kickstarter, everyone, it wouldn't be some sort of half baked sort of like I'm half and half out of this sort of pool. Maybe I should be angry, but they got a bag anyway. They didn't deliver what they said they would deliver, and that is the key to this issue. Including the game. Like, the game should be under that scrutiny as well. They delivered less than a beta. It was an alpha they delivered, and they continue to push that out onto customers when it wasn't ready.
Yeah.
They have not been ready for this game at all in every single respect.
Yeah.
Including the promo edition with people that are investing. What was it, $200?
$200.
$200. Yep.
That's ridiculous. Every single level of this game has failed, in my eyes. And they just haven't delivered. If this was any other company, we would be in outrage. If this was a company, regardless of games, if this was, like I was trying to compare in the chat room, this was McDonald's, and you were not getting your meat, but you were getting everything else, and you'd be going, they delivered on everything else. That's no, you wouldn't be thinking that's okay. You'd be going, I want my meat, damn it! I want my meat in my burger.
Well, I mean, they give you order a hamburger, but you get the chicken nuggets
you get your
instead.
cheese, you get your gherkins, and you get your bap, and you're going, oh, there's something missing here.
See, for the people that spent $200 on this, I don't know if like a full refund and you get to keep all the stuff just for a canvas bag. I don't know if that's quite proportional.
No, but they shouldn't deliver. They should. They
should have just been like, you know what, we can't do a bag. Sorry, if we can get to you later, that's one thing. Can we once we get this sorted out, can we?
The fact is, Matt, that you're already trying to compensate for the idea of they could have stepped it back in some sort of way. The fact is they
chose not to.
They just outright didn't. They said that, well, oh, you know what, we'll replace it with something.
Maybe no one will notice.
Just like the game. They put out something and they said, you know what, we'll just deal with the connection issues, the server issues, the spawning issues, the pop-in issues, the graphical issues. Oh, we'll just deal with it as it comes. They just deliver the product.
I like in one of the videos I saw, like the running speeds. Like if the guy's looking at the ground, he's like super fast.
Locked, yeah.
I think I saw that video.
Yeah, he's like, let's have a race. He like to the ground, he's like zipping like off, and the other guy's like, whoa.
This is a complaint. This is a complaint that even you guys had last year about different types of Unity games, where you were like, oh, this is sort of weird. Why is it acting so weirdly? It's because Unity, for example, like locks its frame rate to the way you code, because it's just a very, very easy way to code. Fallout shouldn't be doing this. This is simple things that you should be turning off. I understand indie developers getting locked into this. You're using GameMaker or Unity, and you're just
Bethesda.
Like, right, let's start building the thing, and you're like a year, 2 years into it, and you go, oh my goodness, I haven't set this project right, and you go, okay, you know what, I'm just going to release it because it's working. It's working like this. That's fine.
This isn't some dude working in their basement. This is like, one of the major companies out there.
This isn't single-digit developers. This is triple-digit developers. And they supposedly had multiple teams. It supposedly wasn't just Bethesda. They, like the guy running it. By the way, I like from all the interviews and stuff, I've enjoyed what he's been saying, but it doesn't seem to marry up at all. Like he was saying, he's bringing Miramax and all the other sort of tentacle developers that's related to Bethesda, and it's not happening. This game isn't happening on PC and all the other bits.
It's not.
They need a new engine.
They need more than that, honestly.
That would be a good first start. Have all their games not look exactly like reskins.
No, because honestly, you would have bought this game if it was Fallout 5. And not tied to the online mechanic that it's tied to, not done in the way that it's done.
I would have bought it, yes, but the same problem I have with like 4 looking like when you go into the caves of 4, it looks just like Oblivion. It looks just like
I understand. I understand you would have had that issue.
Tired of
but you'd have still been there.
I would have.
You still would have been there if they had just said, "Okay, here's the next story," and we're calling it Fallout 5. You'd have been there.
Yeah.
And
but Scott, where's the story in this game though?
Oh, I have no idea.
There is none.
I haven't played a Fallout game. I think I tried. Did I try and play 4? Or I did try and play 4. Yeah. They've never appealed to me. Sadly, I'd like to because a lot of people seem to like them, but they never have.
What I was going to try and lead on from that point is that the fact that even from 3 and New Vegas, I got to be honest, let's put New Vegas aside in this discussion. From Fallout 3, even their mediocre rise to try and have a dynamic and crossover story that was happening in 3, which was just very basic. Even that has dwindled away. That you're not getting anything in this Fallout 76. I feel sorry for the developers that were working on this because it just feels like they were given a constrained version of the engine, and it was just like, make it work. Here, there you go make it work. And they were going, okay, and they just start frantically going about the place because this feels quicker and honestly just so unpolished. The fact is that we've always given Bethesda a bit of a leeway. Even Skyrim, even all the previous things, even forgetting.
They have a lot of good,
they have issues.
Yeah, they have good capital with us. When it comes to the fan base. We're like, all right, we can overlook this.
They have surpassed that. They've completely surpassed that goodwill argument of, oh, well, there's just a few bugs. Oh, it's just these things don't seem to work. You know what? Fallout 76 doesn't work on a completely different level to these other games. This isn't even just beta. This is not even just alpha. This shouldn't have been released to the public. This shouldn't be publicly, consumed in any sort of version. This should have been QA'd to the nth degree well before alpha, well before beta. This is ridiculous. I gotta be honest.
I have a coworker that he loves it, and he tells me that. Yeah, I talked to him today, and he was just like, you know what? I know what you're saying about, this isn't for you. It doesn't have anything to offer that you want to play, but I am loving it. I am, if you get a good group of people, then you can have a fun time in it. And there have been plenty of bad games, even bad multiplayer games or just whatever. And if you do get a group of people, you will, you can have a good time. And like, all right, I respect that. I'm glad that you are having fun in this. I'm not just trying to poop on the thing that you like. It's just, for me, this is not my, don't try and sell me on this bag because I'm not buying it.
No, I agree, Matt. And on top of that, I would also say all the complaints that we've been discussing so far, would that make any change to the joy that he's been having or she's been having?
I don't think it would have.
If all these things that we have been talking about have been brought up to the actual, degree that we want from Bethesda, that we deserve from paying a full-price game at launch, forgetting about the whole them just retreating back from the whole price issue, within weeks. But, if they were going to be producing this game and expecting people to pay, $60 on release?
Yeah.
They all the complaints that we had, if they got resolved, that person would have probably had a better time. Yeah. They wouldn't have had a substandard time or a reasonable time because they've been hanging out with their friends. They would have been having a great time with their friends because they're playing a great game. And that's I guess, what all we want. We just want a great game.
We got to take a break here. Multal, can you hang on?
Yeah.
100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to put you on hold, and when we come back, we'll have Multal with us, and we'll go over a few other little quick hits here before we leave, and maybe talk about whatever happened over the holiday here with the games that we picked up or whatever we did. So
I want to talk about Hitman.
I know you do, and
pew, pew, finger guns.
I want to be there with you, but I haven't played it, and I do want to play it because I've only got till the 4th to finish off that thing.
Target?
Exactly. So we're gonna take a break. When we come back, we will do that. Continuing in our line of games that Matt has not played. This again comes from the NES version. I wanted to kind of point out also when I played these.
I'm trying to figure out which game you think I have played.
We haven't
played it yet?
No, we haven't come across it yet. You'll know. But what I wanted to try and point out was how much this music, obviously they didn't have license to the music.
No.
So, but then again, Captain America and the Avengers didn't have any music at the time back then.
But Batman did. And
Batman did, and they did their best to try and
get a little
mimic
Elfman-esque.
that. Now, I will say this, in Jurassic Park, I went with something different there because there was no theme of Jurassic Park in there, but if I picked one of the other themes for that game, totally trying to make the music there.
Okay.
Same with this next one, but I wanted to pick something that just was completely, this sounds nothing like what it should for a game like this. This is Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, the NES version.
Oh.
And this is the ship stage. So it sounds very weird. It sounds, it's got a beat, and it's weird. Yeah.
Music with a beat.
Listen to this.
Oh, yeah, this totally sounds like Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Anyway.
What in the...
That sounds like a reject from a game they were going to release, and they just were desperate for a track to put in there.
You know what? Yeah, we need some filler music.
Yeah, right? Very likely.
Intern, pick a track. All right.
We'll be back. And welcome back to In-Game Chats.
This is my happy place music.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Heck yeah.
Sounds Disney-ish.
Well,
it is now. It wasn't then.
It wasn't then.
Now.
It is now, yeah. Oh, yeah. I know.
Super Star Wars.
Super Star Wars. I know this music.
I think this is Super Star Wars Return of the Jedi.
I think.
The Rancor Pit.
Yes.
Is the title of this one. So now we're out of the games that you haven't played with just that one. Because you haven't... I've never even touched the one that we're going to play when we go out.
See, this is when they actually get closer to the original score.
They had the license, yeah.
Yeah, they had the license.
Music here brought to you by Quality Comics. Check them out online at qualitycomics.com. That's comics with an X. And you can also find them on Facebook at Montgomery Quality Comics. They've got a store on eBay as well. They're located at 500 Eastern Boulevard here in Montgomery. Or, online, like I said, they're the South's largest vintage comic dealer. And if you know what the common bond is between all of these, and no, it's not that they're all 8-bit, no, that it's not that they're all licensed, just it's something completely different. Good guesses, but not the one. You could call in at 272-9228, tell us what it is, and win a $10 gift certificate to Quality Comics. Maybe I made it too tough. I don't know.
Can we just have this keep playing?
No, we can't. Because it's only got about a minute left in it anyway.
You can give you the track after the show.
Oh, yeah, really? If you really want that.
Like I don't have John Williams.
Go to YouTube and get it there. So let's bring Moltile back in. Hey, Moltile. Thanks for waiting. Some of the other things to get to real quick before we go. We got our Xbox Games with Gold for December. It was Cube 2, which is a recent release. I played that at PAX this past year. And it seems like a pretty recent release, but it's now free if you've got Gold on Xbox Live or Xbox. That's for the entire month. Never Alone will be available beginning the 16th of this month. Dragon Age 2 is available right now. Speaking of Bethesda, that's BioWare. That's BioWare. That's BioWare. Yeah. Dragon Age 2 is available now through the 15th, and then a game called Mercenaries will be available from the 15th through the 31st. And that's a LucasArts game there for you.
I remember it.
Speaking of Dragon Age, there was is a rumor, I guess, that a Dragon Age reveal may come during this month. Following the pre-announcement of news on something new in Dragon Age, BioWare have pre-announced that they'll open up in December to talk about some Dragon Age news. That's all really that we know.
Oh, yes, another one of those announcements of announcements.
Yeah, a lot of people
Keep on your toes, everybody. We don't have anything to reveal just yet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, it was nice. It was really nice enough for Rocksteady Studios to come out with something very fast. The rumor mill was building up here after some stuff had come out about, I don't know if it was job openings or if it was somebody saying that here's what we're going to see or something like that. I don't know. Everybody's wondering what Rocksteady is working on. It's been 3 years now since Arkham Knight released, and they've been nothing but quiet about what they're working on. But they did decide to come out and say, look, we're happy for the Game Awards, but we have nothing to announce at the Game Awards. We are not part of the massive amount of announcements that'll be made at the Game Awards. We're not in there. It's not us. When we're ready, we'll tell you.
I respect that.
And then they also said, but we're not working on Superman. They said, no, it's not Superman. So whatever they are working on, we feel like it is comic book based. We don't know.
I think Superman would be a hard thing.
Superman has been a very hard thing to translate.
It's a hard thing to do a game about because, yeah, it's just.
Well, again, the superheroes always in regards to how you combat ethical difficulties and the idea of how you're able to encompass the power when you're in regards to like. What is his powers as well? Like, do they just encompass the city? Yeah. So, which city do I protect? What city needs the most protecting, and all this sort of thing? So, I can understand like the idea of just jumping into trying to get into an ethical battleground can be a bit off. It can be maybe a bit weird at this point.
At least with Batman, he's immortal. He's just a dude. So him getting beat up in Arkham games, to where you can't die. That makes sense because you're just, a guy.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, how do you, basically, for all intents and purposes, minus the green rock. Here's an immortal guy. You can't shoot him. You can't, stab him. You can't, How do you make that challenging?
That's the problem. He's overpowered.
Yeah.
He is way overpowered.
Green rock, dark side, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, you've got a couple of rights. You've got the alternate universes where damage deals different things to them, and you've also got the whole if you want to try and retread bad ground of Nintendo 64's you're inside a digital universe. Are you sure, Matt? You don't want to go back inside the Nintendo 64 universe?
Yeah, I don't. It's always been it's why we don't have a lot of Superman games. Honestly, is because it's always been a challenge to make that make a game out of a character that is so overpowered and figure out how to make that work
and challenging and yet fun.
There is a game I think for VR, and I could be wrong, and I don't even know if Moltal knows about it, but it's called Megaton Rainfall.
Not offhand, no.
Look that up if you ever get a chance to. Look up a game called Megaton Rainfall. And you basically play a superhero in first-person mode. And you battle massive alien ships. You destroy buildings. But you're still... you seem to be a humanoid. Again, I can only see your hands. Because of the VR situation, you only see your hands in front of you. And you fly... and it's kind of amazing. But Megaton Rainfall, check that out. For not necessarily for a way to make Superman better, but they've done something that just makes it look like fun. I don't know if it is. I haven't played it, but it looks like fun. Let's see. Yeah, there's going to be about 10 game releases. I say game releases. There's going to be 10 game, I guess, announcements and reveals and on things we're going to know more about coming up with the Game Awards. That is this Thursday, so keep that in mind. Going back to the whole Thanksgiving, Black Friday, that whole thing, Nintendo Switch was the best-selling... Oh, it says the best-selling Nintendo console in U.S. history during Thanksgiving weekend. Does that... Well, of course, I mean, it's the best-selling Nintendo console. I thought maybe it was actually outsold all the others. Nintendo Switch was among the most purchased items online on Thanksgiving Day and the overall top-selling video game product online for the Black Friday Cyber Monday time period. So, yeah, it did. It did win out. So, yeah, a lot of people bought some Nintendo Switches over the holidays. Another bit of news to note, I don't know if you heard about this, RJ, but a TV show is being based on that book you and I read, Console Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you put a link of that.
Yes, that's going to be. I'm glad to see that they're gonna. That was a great book, by the way. If you haven't read Console Wars,
yes, it was.
Go for it. It's fantastic. So turning that into a TV show, a little limited series, that'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
I am all for that. And what else do we have? Fortnite.
I was going to say on the end of that, there's Seth Rogen is supposedly tied to the project. And he has done things like Preacher and such, which doesn't seem to be within his wheelhouse, but it seems to be doing very popular on like Amazon Prime and such. So
yeah, he did
might be.
Yeah, I think it was either Seth or the other guy that works with him, Evan Goldberg, I think.
Yeah. Goldberg.
Goldberg. One of them wrote the foreword for the Console Wars book. Actually, I want to say
it was Rogan.
Yeah, was it Rogan?
I think it was Rogan wrote the foreword for it.
Yeah, exactly. And so, having him involved will go a long way to actually get it produced and done. So, what was the other thing here? Well, we've only got about 10 minutes left. What games have we been playing that we can go over with real quick? Okay. I picked up. I haven't played it, but I picked up Detroit Become Human for like $20. I picked up Forza Horizon 4 for $35, but it was the digital version, which normally doesn't get a discount. Normally it's the box copies that you have to pay the discount on, but I got a digital version for that. Oh, I know my big get. My big get over the weekend, and I posted a picture of this in our thing, was when I picked up Diablo 3 for Switch for $17.
Yeah.
There was a price. Oh, it was a price error. It was a price error at Walmart. The kiosks were price matching the PlayStation 3 or PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One copies, and they weren't differentiating between the Switch copies. So Switch for them was just like, oh, it's a console copy, so here we'll match the price.
That sounds like a typical big Walmart error. Yeah,
it should have.
Sounds like it.
The game was only 3 weeks old.
Yeah,
and was going for $60, but if you took it to the register, it rang up as 17.
That happens a lot with Walmart.
And if the person behind the register didn't pay attention to it, they'd go ahead and sell it to you. Otherwise, they looked at it and said, "Oh, I think this is a Black Friday deal. We've got to wait until 6 o'clock when that happens." Well, one store told me they had to wait. The other store said, "Here you go." They didn't question it whatsoever. So I got a copy of Diablo 3 for $17 for the Switch, which was fantastic. I also picked up Lego DC Supervillains for I think $30 on the Xbox One. Mm-hmm. I got a 4K TV, so now I can see things in nice big 65-inch 4K HDR mode. It's fantastic. It looks beautiful. It's wonderful. I'm glad to finally step in the...
I was going to say, is that replacing the big one on your wall?
It was replacing the 65-inch that I'd had since 2014, and that was just a regular HD TV.
Oof.
Yeah, I had not seen I had not been into the world of 4K until now. And so now everything is like, is it 4K? Does it support HDR? Can I get it? I get all dorky now again. So, but yeah, those are some of the deals that I picked up over Black Friday. Since I spend so much time in the bedroom with those video games and the TVs and stuff, I also got a new mattress. So I spent a lot on stuff to enjoy my games with rather than more games.
The only things I got was the Detroit Digital, and Hellblade.
Okay,
I believe those are the things. Oh, no, also Hotline Miami 2.
I almost picked up Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but I realized that eventually, when I get around to playing it, it'll be even cheaper by the time that actually.
And
happens
have you done
for me.
Odyssey yet? I mean, Origins.
I've played some of Origins. I haven't finished it.
Okay,
but it gives me more time to finish it, I guess, whenever it's ready. So yeah. It wasn't. It wasn't
a new update for Odyssey.
Yeah, it wasn't a big. Normally, I come away with like a bunch of stuff for Black Friday. It wasn't a bunch. I still spent a good penny.
Yeah.
But
sure, a lot of that was in the TV.
The TV and the mattress. Yeah, exactly. So, RJ, anything
you
picked up? Nothing.
No, I didn't do anything for Black Friday.
You didn't get any controllers, or wouldn't you?
I did get a controller. Yes.
Yeah, I figured you wanted a controller. Multi. Well, you don't have Black Friday over there, but maybe you could have.
We have a little bit of that, and we also have Cyber Monday. But I was not a participant of it this year.
Okay.
So. I'm just watching everyone else get.
I know Steam had sales over the holiday as well, but I usually don't go nuts on that one until the Christmas the
end of the year
end of the year sale that they do.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, like we have a gift what is gift Santa? Surprise gift. You do.
Gift exchange, Secret Santa. That's what.
Yeah. There you go. Like that wasn't ready for until Black Friday and Cyber Monday and all that sort of business came around. So I was literally kicking myself because the person I got was just like, "Oh, I had like this, that, and the other," and then like half of the stuff that they were saying was just like, "I was on steal."
Oh no,
it was on steal. but you got to spend a bit anyway. So I guess it's just wanting to give them more at the same time.
Yeah. Did we got about 5 minutes. I feel like that's not enough time to go in what we all played, to really go in depth on what we all played, because I really would like to talk about.
I will then talk a little bit about Hitman then.
I know you want to. So, yeah,
this is where an after show would be absolutely perfect, Scott.
Yeah. Which is why an after show would be great. Yeah, I know.
Except we don't have the studio for it.
Show,
we actually do have a studio for it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we kind of do have a studio for it.
Because like I'd be happy enough to stick around for a while and just chat away with you.
Well, that'd be the problem though, is getting you on the phone. Well, no, we can actually we can actually do that too. Okay. I'm gonna have to
the
start
wheels rolling.
Now you just sort of work it out in a room. You need to just talk to people, get the right people on the lines, and get things sorted out, don't you, Scott?
It's possible. I'll have to look into it. Look, if the setup that we have up here works out, where I don't have to lug in this computer anymore, then
it's very upsetting to me. Like, I got to be honest, Scott. Like, if I had the money, I would want to just support you directly and just be like, here. There it is. Just buy it and leave it there.
No. You're fine. You're fine, because there's already one here. There's already one here. It's set up and ready to go in the sense that, well, it's set up and ready to go, but it doesn't have everything we need just yet for me to transfer to it.
That's the point, though, isn't it? You just want something to just click on and just have it rare to go.
I do, and this could be it. All I have to do, though, is move over our graphics for the video and the software and stuff and everything else that we use on the Twitch streams. I got to get all that set up on there, but once I do, and once all that is set up, we've got a computer up here that will do what we need to do, and I can stop lugging this thing in. However, if I stop lugging this thing in, the chances of an after show drop considerably because we won't be able to stream when we go to the studio downstairs that is available to us.
Okay, yeah.
Right, we won't be able to stream that at all, which is not bad. We could still do the show, and then it gives an incentive for people to download the podcast because they can hear that extra bit at the end that wasn't live. So there's a possibility of doing that as well. I don't know.
Again,
we'll see.
On top of that, when you get those nice interviews that seem to last a bit longer, that's the perfect time to just sort of introduce the additional content that you weren't able to just sort of introduce in the same podcast.
Very true. Very true. Very true. Nobody's come up with a common thread for these games, by the way.
I wouldn't want to do it because I have looked at the website and it's just that is prime for someone to just dive in and just get on their own. And I definitely couldn't do it myself.
You don't have any idea what the common thread is?
I really wish I did as well. I'm just terrible at these sort of games.
Yeah, the next track that we're going to play on the way out comes from a Harry Potter game, Quidditch World Cup. I never played it. It's the Australian anthem. Which is what we're going to play on the way out of here. But nobody got these. What was the list again, RJ?
Jurassic Park, Lord of the Rings, Captain America and the Avengers, Batman Returns, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, Super Star Wars, and what you said,
Harry Potter, Quidditch
World Cup.
Everything that was movies, but no, that'd be licensed.
Right, it's all licensed, but that's not what it was. It's all movie-based games, but that is also not what it was. Every single one of these properties, I guess you could say.
John Williams scored? No.
He didn't do Batman, and he also didn't do whatever Captain America and the Avengers, because that was not based on a movie or anything. My whole point on all of this, and maybe I went a little too far, all of these have been turned into Lego games.
Oh, right. I even mentioned it when you were saying about your...
Harry Potter's had a Lego game. Batman's had a Lego game. Jurassic Park has a Lego game. Star Wars, Indiana Jones, and what was another one? The Avengers have had a Lego game.
Lord of the Rings?
Lord of the Rings has had a Lego game.
Yeah.
Exactly. They were all Lego games. Man, I hate to give that one up. It was a really good one. But I can't carry it further because I ran out of properties, with the exception, I think, of Pirates of the Caribbean or going into Bionicle. So, yeah. But it was kind of hard. Yeah, I was wondering if it might have been hard.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got to run. Motal, thank you for calling in, buddy.
Thanks, man.
Oh, no problem. I'll try and get in it another time. I hope you'll have a great weekend.
Thanks, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Take care now.
Next week, I want to talk about Hitman.
We will talk about Hitman next week, but we have got to go. Have a great weekend, everybody. We will see you next week.